Hello from Amsterdam. My name is Janika. I am an expat from Finland, living in the Netherlands, and welcome to this video. Something amazing about Amsterdam is that it has a lot of museums. If you are a fan of museums, then Amsterdam is the place for you. And in today's video, we're gonna be visiting 4 different museums. I've tried to choose museums that are very different from each other so that it won't get repetitive. But before doing all of that, we will need some energy. So I'm actually meeting up a friend to go and have some brunch. And yeah, I'm also planning on visiting several amazing food spots today. So if you're a fan of... Wait, this is a dead end. If you're a fan of museums and food and Amsterdam, then this video is for you. For brunch, we went to this really cute restaurant that actually has a few different locations in Amsterdam and the Netherlands. If visiting on the weekend, you definitely want to make a table reservation, as it was clearly a popular spot. Just finished the brunch and it was really nice. And I'm here with my friend Kiara at the moment. How did you like the brunch spot?
It was amazing.
It was really nice. And now we found right next to a restaurant, there's a bunch of blooming cherry trees. So nice. We're probably gonna take a few pics here. Time to head towards the first museum of the day. It's only like a 10-minute walk away and the sun is shining. It was actually promising it would be a very cloudy day and maybe even raining, but it's quite a blue sky, so I'm gonna enjoy this while it lasts. This museum is dedicated to the Dutch resistance during World War II. It showcases the experiences people had who faced the German occupation, highlighting their different choices, whether they collaborated, complied, or resisted. In the museum, you can learn about many different touching personal stories and also see different artifacts and photographs from the time. So if this is a topic that interests you, then I definitely recommend visiting, as it is considered to be one of the best historical museums in Amsterdam.
No, out of the question. I wouldn't think of it.
What is happening to you is terrible. I don't have any young children or a housemaid that could expose us. So come upstairs quickly, but make sure no one sees you.
I like how they've made this museum, because sometimes museums are just like text, and a lot to read, and it just gets really overwhelming. But this one, well, it has the audio tour, there's a bunch of like videos, which I really like, and it's also made in a way that there's like a bit of a storyline and it makes sense. And yeah, it's a well-made museum and quite big. I maybe underestimated the amount of time that I would need for this, especially if I want to watch all of these videos. But yeah, if you are interested in history and especially the Second World War, this place is for you. Today's second museum is right next to this place that we now went to. It's literally across the street. It is kind of technically a part of the Amsterdam Zoo called Artis. We're not going to the zoo though, but they have, I think, actually 2 museums, and you can visit these museums without visiting the zoo. At least that's what I've understood. So let's go. Wow, it's really windy. But yeah, let's go and check it out and see how it works. Like, how can I enter the museum? Only, so to say. Let's see. So yeah, there's the zoo. Then there is something called the Grote Museum, the big museum. Not sure what that's about. But we're today gonna visit this, Micropia. Okay, I've scored my ticket. I just bought it from like the ticket booth from where you also buy the entrance for the zoo itself. But you can also get the ticket for the museum. I've never actually been to this zoo, I was just thinking. I'm not sure, would you guys be interested if I would visit it? My only concern is that I'm always a bit skeptical about zoos, especially if it's a zoo in the middle of a city center, because I know this is not a huge zoo, so I'm not sure how much space the animals have. I don't know, if I go to zoos, I usually like to do a lot of research and make sure it's a really good one. But now to the Micropia Museum we go. Apparently I have to wait a few minutes until the next elevator comes, and then I'll be able to actually start the tour. Quite intrigued about what this is gonna be like. It seems really cool so far.
And you've got more than 100 eyelash mites. I hope, but getting close, a new world is revealed to you. Welcome to Micropia. Welcome to Micropia.
So where have I come? Well, Micropia is a museum dedicated to the microscopic life, and it's actually the first one of its kind. Micropia offers a fun, interactive experience where you can explore the unseen world of teeny tiny organisms such as bacteria, viruses, and fungi. And you get to learn about what a big role such small creatures play in our lives. This museum is so cool. I think children would also like this. I'm an adult and I am enjoying this very much, so really cool and unique museum to visit for sure. So even if I'm not in the zoo, it seems like they have some birds at least here that you can see also like by the Micropia Museum. And also they seem to have a really lovely looking terrace and restaurant here. Weather-wise, the month of March has been so nice so far in the Netherlands, and today is also so nice and sunny. I think it's like 17 degrees or something, so if you're someone who lives in the Netherlands, these museums can get quite pricey if you go to a lot of them. So what I would recommend if you like visiting a lot of museums here is getting a museum card. I don't actually have the museum card right now. I used to have it, but I believe you pay like around 60 to 70 euros, and that gives you access to all of the museums in the Netherlands for a full year. If you go to at least, I don't know, let's say 5 museums a year, it's already gonna pay itself back. Even though I don't have the museum card right now, I do luckily have something called a CGP card. I don't remember how much I paid for it. I'll write it here, around like 20 or so euros. And basically this card gives me a bunch of discounts to a lot of things, including museums. So a lot of these museums would have otherwise been like 15, 20 euros. With the CGP card, I'm usually paying maybe like 8 euros. So it does make quite a big difference as well. And I am planning on getting the museum card again at some point soon. I think it is very much worth it. But yeah, oh, look at this. It's so nice. Important to stay hydrated, especially when walking a lot. I have a bit of a bad habit of not drinking enough, so trying to be better with it. But yeah, I must say Amsterdam, even though it has quite a good like public transport system, there's the tram, there's the metro, train as well. It is very easy to get around also by bike and stuff. Well, maybe as a tourist it can feel a bit intimidating to bike in a city like Amsterdam. For me, my favorite way of getting around is by foot. I feel like that's really the best way to discover the city. Look at this. So nice. So yeah, if you have the time and capacity, and especially if it's not raining, make sure to walk all around Amsterdam. Like in most cities in the world, I would say, the best way to discover it. We're now at this beautiful big bridge, loving life. This museum that's in a historical canal house offers a glimpse into the 19th century aristocratic life. It was formerly owned by Louisa Holthausen and her husband Abraham Willett, who collected art, antiques and other objects still found in this house. Before Louisa's passing in 1895, she donated this house and its belongings to the city of Amsterdam. And the rooms in the house are still beautifully preserved, and there's also a really pretty little garden. Before going to the next museum, I want to visit this little like ice cream shop slash boba tea place that's supposed to be really good. But it's a little bit crazy in the center of Amsterdam right now. There's some kind of protest. I'm not sure what exactly, but it is huge. Yeah, I'm heading towards the Museumplein and I'm a little bit scared. This protest is also heading towards the Museumplein. So but yeah, let's first go and have a bit of a break and then we'll be visiting one more museum for today, which is at the Museumplein. finding it hard to film. There's so much people around.
Isn't that when the girl had an asthma attack or something, or an allergy attack?
I love Amsterdam, but I'm not a huge fan of the big crowds. But as you saw, the places we first were today were not so crowded. It's more the very like city center, this area. And I think because of the protest, it's a bit more hectic than usual as well. Oh well, this ice cream is really good though. I love bubble tea, and hearing that they have like tapioca pearls in ice cream sounded so weird. They also had matcha ice cream, but personally, not such a fan of matcha. But this Hokkaido milk soft serve, so delicious and creamy, yummy. We're now entering an area called the Museumplein, and this hosts what I would say are the most like famous and popular museums here in Amsterdam. Here you can find, for example, the famous Rijksmuseum, as well as the Van Gogh Museum and the Moko Museum, which is what we're going to be visiting today. This Moko Museum is a contemporary and modern art museum located in a historical townhouse. It features works by renowned artists such as Banksy, Andy Warhol, and Takashi Murakami. I do find the museum itself very cool, but it can get very crowded as it is a popular spot. Unlike the other museums I visited today, you couldn't leave your stuff anywhere. So if you have a backpack like me, you need to keep it in your front. All the clothes that you are wearing outside, you still need to keep on or somehow carry with you. So the visit itself isn't maybe the most comfortable. Must admit, my feet are starting to get quite tired. How many steps have I walked today actually? Let's check. I have walked 18,000 steps so far today. Yeah, no wonder. And because I have already walked quite a lot, I'm gonna go to a spot that is really close by this Museumplein. So this could also be a spot for you where to go after a day of visiting a bunch of museums. So it's supposed to be really good, so let's go and check it out. I'm sorry it's a bit loud, but I was originally planning on visiting a completely different restaurant for dinner, but it would have been another like 20-30 minute walk. To be honest, I'm starting to get a bit tired and hungry, so I just wanted to have something that was close by. So I came to this restaurant that is a burger restaurant that is inspired by the Wizard of Oz. So it has a very funky look to it. And according to the reviews, the food and the burgers should actually be really, really good. It's not just a tourist trap, so let's try it out. I decided to order the burger that the waitress recommended me, which was with blue cheese and pepper sauce. And it tasted really different from any other burger I've ever tried. It had quite a strong flavor to it, I must say. But I did like it, and I think the burger itself seemed very good quality and was very tasty and juicy. The mocktail I had was also very nice, and I saw some of the other cocktails other tables were having, which also looked very, very good. So if you're a fan of good burgers and cocktails or mocktails like me, then this restaurant could be a good choice for you. Well, I am now gonna jump on a tram that's gonna take me to a train station and then go back home. But I've had a really fun day. In Amsterdam visiting so many museums, and yeah, I hope you guys also enjoyed joining along, and maybe it gave some ideas for which museums to visit the next time you come to Amsterdam. All of the museums I visited today were very different, so I'm sure at least one of them would be one that you would also like visiting. Let me know which one did you think seemed the most interesting. I know at least that the Moco Museum is quite famous, so I'm sure some of you guys have already been to that one. Yeah, I'm gonna end this video here. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and remember to subscribe to my channel to join the journey. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys again on my next adventure. Bye bye!